Hi, my name is Connor and this is my Millie's Flying Fish Part 5. The purpose of this test today is to demonstrate the implementation of the PID control system. I have found that I have had more success just doing a PD control system, so I haven't implemented the integral part of that system, as I said, because of it's been a bit more stable in my testing just with the PD system. Now, there are a few things that I think should be pointed out about this setup and about so far what I've learned through my testing. One, the body of this fish is not very aerodynamic and is it's making it a lot harder for the system to function. I've tried to address that by adding some tape to try to improve those aerodynamics. Two, the tail of the fish it needs a bigger surface area. The current size, it's limited in its capacity to direct that airflow and thus change the attitude of the system. Also, you'll note that I have disconnected all the components from the body of the fish, and that's because the setup I had before, essentially all of the components were integrated into the Arduino, and so it was being powered by just the external battery pack that was also on the fish. And I think the servo was causing voltage drops because I was just getting completely nonsensical measurements from the IMU. And so I have got the servo hooked up to this breadboard here, and it's powered by an external battery, and the Arduino and hence the IMU are powered by my laptop via that cable. And because of this, I've had to take everything off the body of the fish in order for it to function. The laser module is just plugged directly into that breadboard there, so there's no need to code anything with that. Also, I've got this blow dryer, hair dryer thing just inserted in the back of this chair, and it's providing the airflow. I will note that it doesn't really supply enough airflow. Probably a more powerful source is needed. With that, we'll get into some testing. So the first test will be the fish starting from a neutral point and then going to negative 10 degrees from that point, and then holding that position. The second test will be the fish going from the neutral point and then going to positive 15 degrees. In that test, I will be disturbing the motion of the fish by just bumping it to show that it will indeed, via the control system, go back to that point. Okay, so on startup, we can see that there is a bit of oscillation before it's able to settle around that set point, and that it seems to, there's a bit of undershoot, but it seems to settle around that point quite nicely, and it's, as you can see quite stable around that point. Okay, from startup we can see that the system is quite responsive to that set point. There's a bit of undershoot there, but it quite quickly went to that set point. We're going to be disturbing it a bit by bumping the body, and we can see that the tail responds as a result of that PD controller, and it very quickly settles back to that set point. So yes, that is my Millie's Flying Fish project. I've learned a lot from this project, so that's been really good to learn some new things. And yeah, thank you.